If everything's going right in your life, why do you still feel so hollow? You've got a job, friends, maybe even a partner. You smile in photos, you tick all the boxes. But when the noise fades and it's just you and your thoughts, there's something missing. A silence that isn't peaceful, a void that success can't fill. It's not that you're ungrateful. You've tried gratitude journals, meditation, self-help podcasts. You've done the work. And still, there's that lingering emptiness. Like an itch you can't scratch, a hunger that isn't physical, a shadow that stretches even in the light. You're not alone. In 1942, Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor, wrote that the greatest human drive isn't pleasure, like Freud claimed. It's not power, like Adler believed. It's meaning. The absence of it, Frankl said, leads to what he called the existential vacuum, a condition marked by boredom, apathy, and, yes, emptiness. Today, that vacuum is bigger than ever. We live in an era of unprecedented comfort. Most of us don't worry about food or shelter the way our ancestors did. But with comfort comes complacency. When survival is no longer the issue, existence becomes the question. We're told to chase happiness, but happiness is fleeting. It's an emotion, not a foundation. And so we build our lives around the pursuit of a feeling that naturally comes and goes. And when it goes, we panic. We think something's wrong with us. We think we're broken. But what if the real issue isn't sadness or even emptiness, but the absence of meaning? Here's the paradox. Modern life gives us everything we thought we wanted, but it also strips away the struggle that gave those things value. We're so busy collecting experiences, achievements, aesthetics, that we forget to ask, why? Why am I doing this? Why do I want this? What does it mean? Philosophers have wrestled with this for centuries. Nietzsche warned that once we killed God, that is, once we let go of absolute meaning, we'd face a crisis of nihilism. He wasn't preaching religion, he was predicting a psychological reckoning. Remove the grand narratives, the moral anchors, the higher callings, and what's left? A world where everything is permitted but nothing matters, and in that freedom comes despair. Look around. Our timelines are filled with curated perfection, vacations, promotions, milestones. Everyone seems to be thriving. And yet, behind the filters, so many are silently suffocating. Because comparison breeds disconnection, because we mistake validation for connection, and because nobody wants to admit that having it all doesn't mean feeling whole. Let's talk psychology. The term anhedonia describes the inability to feel pleasure. It's common in depression, but in modern life it's spreading beyond clinical definitions. Dopamine saturation, constant stimulation from apps, shows, likes, numbs our baseline. The more we consume, the less we feel. And so we chase stronger hits, louder music, faster content, more extreme experiences, all to avoid sitting still with ourselves. But the stillness is where the truth lives. Emptiness isn't a malfunction, it's a signal, a whisper from the self you've buried beneath performance and productivity. It's asking you to listen, to slow down, to question the script. What story are you living? Whose dreams are you chasing? And more importantly, what would it mean to live authentically rather than just functionally? Carl Jung believed that meaning is not given to us, it must be created. He wrote, "The sole purpose of human existence is to kindle a light in the darkness of mere being." In other words, it's not enough to survive. We have to illuminate our existence with purpose, not borrowed purpose, not societal metrics, but personal, deeply felt alignment. And sometimes, that search means letting go of the things that look good on paper. It means walking away from the perfect relationship that doesn't feed your soul. It means quitting the high-paying job that drains your spirit. It means saying no when the world expects a yes. It means becoming terrifyingly honest with yourself. That's why emptiness can feel so scary, because it calls for radical self-confrontation. It asks you to look beyond distractions, beyond roles, beyond expectations, into the mirror of your own psyche. And that's not easy, because when you strip away the noise, you're left with silence. And in that silence, the big questions rise. Who am I? What do I truly want? What am I afraid of? Most people run from that moment. But you, if you're still watching this, you're not most people. You're willing to face it, to feel it, to understand it. So let's keep going. Real meaning isn't something you stumble upon. It's something you cultivate through introspection, through service, through creativity, through suffering even. Because suffering, when transmuted, becomes insight, and insight becomes wisdom, and wisdom becomes light. The poet Rainer Maria Rilke wrote, "The purpose of life is to be defeated by greater and greater things." He didn't mean we should give up. He meant that life's depth comes from engaging with the profound, even if it hurts. Especially if it hurts. That ache in your chest, that void. It's the doorway, not the end. Walk through it. Ask, what kind of life would feel meaningful to me, not just impressive to others? What wounds am I carrying that I haven't yet honored? What truth have I been avoiding in the name of stability or comfort or success? The answers won't come fast. They may not come clean, but they will come if you keep asking. So if your life looks perfect, but you feel empty, you're not broken. You're just being invited to go deeper, not outward, toward more stuff, more goals, more applause, but inward, toward awareness, toward integration, toward meaning. Because at the end of the day, it's not about how good your life looks, it's about how true it feels. And that truth, that's where the healing begins. If this resonated with you, take a moment to reflect. Share your thoughts in the comments. Maybe someone else needs to hear what you have to say. Like the video if it stirred something in you. Subscribe if you're ready for more conversations that don't shy away from the shadows. And remember, the emptiness isn't the end of your story. It's the beginning of a deeper one.